Word around town, we be chopping it up. AC the barber, he be chopping it up. Chopping it up. Brand new podcast, chopping it up. You can get you some game or you can get you a cut. We speaking all kind of topics from rich to poor. All negative vibes, get your ass out the door. We connecting with the people trying to get them some knowledge.
What's up, everybody? And you're tuned in to the Chopping It Up podcast. Now, I know you're looking to my right. Well, yeah, my right. Sorry about that. Anyway, but at the end of the day, hey, I have the man with the magic hand in this presence right now. Now, when he been on here before and y'all recognize the face, smile for him. You know, he's really a good guy, even though he looks serious, but he's really a good guy. I used to call him the golden glove of Clippers, the guy with the Clippers, with the golden Clippers. But anyway, for all of you that don't know, this is a young man that has really has beefed up the barber game here in the Bryan College Station area, and he's not only a barber but a businessman. Many entrepreneurs. Hey! I'm getting beside myself. Why am I saying all this? Well, none other than, let me introduce y'all to none other than Mike Espitia. Say hello to the people, Mike.
Hey, everybody. Man, I'm glad to be back. This is part 2.
Yeah. We running it back, man. And we just came here just to sit down and chop it up, man, because it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while. I know since you've been here, it's been a while since I seen you and we talked. You know, a lot of people don't know what you have going on now.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just kind of refresher, man, what you got going on since the last time we talked.
Well, since the last time we talked, kind of what we're doing right now, I don't know if you've seen, but I'm kind of in a rebuilding phase. That's what we're doing. You know, we just relocated our barbershop.
Oh, yeah.
So we across the street now. And bigger shop, nicer shop. We got to utilize the space way better this time. And we just growing. Like now I'm getting into a little bit more of kind of stepping back and kind of focusing on like myself and kind of what I want to do for the next 5 years and where I see my vision in the next 5 years. And I'm just trying to, you know, build a system that we've been created like since like the past 10 years, but now it's just put into effect. And then now helping other people grow themselves and grow their businesses. Yeah,
with that same system though, Mike, do you find yourself like revamping it? Because you know you had this. Because I know with mine, man, it's like you know what I'm saying. With the economy, then I know you probably had to raise prices and a lot of other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So it's like there was a time when I broke my iPhone, right? And then like I dread to get out to leave the shop, but I broke my iPhone and then I had to go to Conroe, and I went to Conroe and I was sitting there all day long. Instead of sitting in the Apple store, I started walking around the mall, and I started to kind of see, man, these businesses that I thought, you know, the image what they was looking like 5-6 years ago, it's a whole new shop. And I was like, man, this is what we need. We need just to come in, clean up, revamp. And I think every year you got to kind of go back and kind of like summertime's hitting now. You got to kind of go back and just reevaluate your business and then kind of get up to date with the trends.
Yeah. That's so true, man. Because you know, with just even in this day and time, man, you have people that look for that when they come in and they patronize your business. Yeah. They look for the upgrades. They look for the improvements. They look for the changes, especially if they might not understand it, but they do understand it's beneficial. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even if you change booking systems, even if you change, locations, it's always beneficial, not only for the client, but also for you, but mainly for the client. Yeah. So you can service them more efficient. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And what better way is to have a team, you know? Yeah. Now, y'all know that he got a great team because look at that chain. See, last time he had on that chain wasn't blinking. I think he just had the gold. Now he got diamonds in that sun gun. Boy, y'all don't hear me, boy. You know he balling out of control now. Yeah. I know it. But, Mike, focusing on family, how have you been able to balance that with rebuild and vamping, you know, doing your thing and barbering and stuff.
So when we talk about kind of like having a business work for you, right, instead of you working for the business, and this is kind of when I left Install and then I moved to Funky Chevaux, and I was working appointment systems. You know, when we were working at Install, it was 8 to 10 sometimes.
We was black.
Yeah, 8 to 10.
Black people.
And when I went to Funky Chevaux, then that's when I figured out to, you know, how can I generate and have a certain income and then be off when I need to be off.
Yeah.
Right. And that's kind of what I'm doing now. It's like I work from like in the morning till like 2 o'clock, and then I'm off in the evenings. And then the days that I feel like working late, which is my Thursdays and Fridays, I work from 9 to 7.
Yeah.
You know, or I go in from like 6 to 2, 6 to 3. And so like I balance my time there is because I go in knowing what I got to make per week.
Yeah.
So when I go in and know what I got to make per week, then I can I'm gonna take off early this day. You know, I'm gonna go do this with my family. I'm gonna be off Saturday.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
so when you understand your business and what you need to do, then that's how I started to do it. Now I did go back this year when I came back into the barbershop in May. Like it was fresh barbershop. We had a bunch of new barbers, and then so I had to sit through the gap. I had to teach them the system. I had to show them the system.
Yeah.
You know, because I could sit there and tell them. So I had to go in there and I had to show them, hey, and I show them how to move, show them how to do this, show them how to talk to clients, show them how to show up to work, show them how to clean the station, show them how to clean the area, and that's what I did. So now, since I set that I planted that seed, now I'm able to kind of sit back now, and I know they got it.
Yeah.
You
You
know?
don't have to wonder, you know, why these stations ain't clean, all this other stuff, because you showed them.
Yeah.
You did the groundwork, and that's, you know, I've always been a fan of that, being in the barbershop, being an owner, but you know, sometimes when the owner's away, you know, stuff don't.
Yeah.
We will be black. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, it's always good to when you do that reset, or you doing, like in your case, you did a different location to where, you know, it's feasible, where you had to get back in there and then you had to hands-on show them.
Yeah.
Because there ain't no excuse when the owner showed you how to do it.
Yeah.
How can you argue that?
Yeah. You're right.
I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? So it's always a good thing, man, and it always brings you back to, you know, why I know you had that moment like, man, this is why I'm in it, to show people.
Yeah.
You know, I know you got to school and all that, but to show people how to run business, because a lot of people, man, they'll take what you teach them and they'll turn it into, you know, they'll try to turn it into bad. Like, well, I learned this over here. No, you didn't.
No, yeah.
No, I ain't teach you that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but the good thing is when you're in there and you have young eager barbers that wants to learn and wants to be great at what they do, and then they see your system and they see how you carry yourself. They see your family. They see all the things that they desire.
Yeah.
As a barber, because you can't tell me that you don't desire family. You don't being a man in the barber game.
Yeah.
You want to be an owner one day. You don't get into this stuff here just say, hey, I'm gonna work for Mike. I'm be my own person all this time. No. It don't work like that.
Yeah.
No, some people will be that. Like Mike, some people are just workers.
Yeah.
You know, just workers.
And
they don't have a leadership.
Cool, yeah, and they cool just getting by.
Yeah.
You know, but like, then I always say, like, I fail you because I don't allow you, like, you don't meet your maximum potential just coming in half-assing.
Yeah.
And that's where like people say, oh, I'm an asshole or this or that. Like, no, like, you come in and if I see you ain't meeting your maximum potential, then I'm going to apply pressure on you, because either you're going to sink or you're going to swim.
Yeah, one or the other.
Yeah, and I'm big on sink or swim and energy and effort, you know. And so when you're around me, like, if I get up early in the morning and then your client's beating you to the shop, nah, I'm going to say something. Because
well, Mike, not to cut you off. See, mine do that, but I just cut them.
Yeah.
I just cut their clients.
Yeah.
So by the time they get here, money is my money.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. Yeah. Hey, that's all. That's just what it is, you know, because I'm, at the end of the day, man, this is how I feel, and it could be wrong, but I feel like if you really want the money, you get your butt up and come on in here and get it.
Yeah.
If not, you giving it to me.
Yeah. Because it's here.
Thank you.
It's here. Like I tell everybody, it's here. And people say, oh, well, you can't make this or you can't make that. Oh, yeah, you can. I know you can. I didn't seen it. I didn't help people do it. So, like, I always say the business ain't slow. You slow.
Yeah, yeah, and normally that's usually how it is. But with you being in the game for so long, how long you been doing this? What?
License, I got licensed in 2011. So I'm doing this 15 years. I've been cutting hair since 2008. So I think that's what's.
Well, folks. If you ain't got it by now, and the man that just told you, all what it is, and he has the experience, and that's the thing that a lot of people are quick to say that they got it and they hadn't put no time in. You ever notice that?
Yeah. Even when I'd see and this ain't a knock to nobody, but I see barber instructors get their license, and then they become an instructor. I'm like, you ain't sat through the gap, you ain't learned, you ain't experienced nothing. So how you gonna teach something that you ain't even experienced?
Yeah,
and I'm big on teaching from experience. Teaching from all the lessons that I went through in my career. So it's like when somebody jumps in that and I see that, I'm just like
Yeah, it's a recipe for disaster because you're not relative.
Yeah.
Not in the space of being a barber.
Yeah,
you can't manipulate that. Either you're gonna get in there and do the time and learn this experience hands on. Oh man, you going straight to being an instructor. You trying to skip a process.
Yeah.
It's just like going from an OA, all the way to a 2 and say you faded it.
Yeah.
No. But anyway, on to the next. Just what's going on in barbering, man, and how do you see the economy the way it is
now?
How do you see it, feathering out? Do you see it getting better, or do you see?
I think right now we're gonna hit a patch. If we study the market like back in the day, we're gonna hit if you're not investing to yourself, right, and if you're not going to these classes, learning shear work, then you're gonna stay stagnant or you're gonna start to drop. I mean, if you read a book, since being a barber instructor at the barber school and you're teaching by the book, we know that it's a decline in barbershops and a rise of salons when the long hairstyles came out and the perms came out, right? And if you look at the barbershop now, what's in the barbershop? Long hair and perms.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's literally, if you study the history and how history repeats itself, you can figure out, let me figure out how to get ahead. But until then, if you ain't sitting out there and you ain't investing in yourself and you ain't learning new tricks, then it's gonna be tough for a lot of people in the industry, and it's gonna hit that rough patch because a lot of guys, it don't matter what race they is right now, they don't have short haircuts.
Yeah, you're right.
They don't have short haircuts.
It ain't man. I seen a lot of blacks with long hair.
Yeah, I'm doing all these athletes and none of them have short hair.
All of them got braids.
All just an edge up taper
yeah.
and long hair. And I just did the kickers at UT today,
yeah.
and all 3 of them had long hair, taper.
Man, you ever cut any football player with mullets?
Yeah, we get a lot of those.
Is that popular?
Yeah, that was popular. Well, Chili Fest, when Chili Fest was in, that was popular, and it's been like that for the last, I would say the last at least good 4 years.
Yeah.
Good about 4 years. The Molex is what's in.
I don't know if it was somebody from your shop or somewhere. I seen somebody was cutting somebody with a mullet. I was like, man, I ain't seen a mullet in a long time.
No, it's in.
But I guess it's coming back on.
Before I came over here, one of my new barbers was doing a mullet on a little boy, and I'd helped him blend in the sides right in here with the shear work.
Yeah.
Him and his little brother had mullet.
Yeah. It's you definitely right, man. With the sheer work, with learning and to invest in yourself, it's always a quality to gain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, man, we do this stuff, but we don't understand the logistics of it.
Yeah.
We kind of try to play it by ear, so to speak, and say, oh man, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. Yeah, but it will that work?
Yeah.
Having the knowledge behind stuff really makes sense.
Works. Yeah. And like you say, I'm gonna learn this then, or I'm gonna learn it when it hits summer hits, and then summer hits, and you doing something totally different than what you said you was gonna be doing.
Yeah.
And everything that we say we're gonna put it off, it just turns into procrastination.
Yeah.
And
you don't get anything done out of it, especially you ain't gonna make no money.
Yeah.
I always say this, man. If you don't make no moves, you don't make no money.
Yep.
No, that's and making the move is just like you said, investing in yourself.
Yeah.
Getting better at what we do. Not saying it, but ain't doing it, but actually doing it.
Yeah.
You know, it's always a blessing, man, to learn.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it is, even though I'm old. You know, I'm old, Mike. I'm 49, man. I feel it too sometimes. 49. 49.
Man, I remember I just showed somebody today the picture of us, the flyer when we was at Install.
Yeah.
And it was sizzling new prices.
Yeah.
Man, that flyer. I think it was Jude, Jamie O, T, me, and then you.
Yeah.
I think yeah.
Yeah, man.
I was showing somebody
that was
today.
a long time ago, man.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't even had no mustache.
I ain't had no neck. Like,
But boy, you still had that pretty hair though. That boy still had that pretty hair, y'all. Don't let him fool you. You still had that pretty hair.
Yeah.
But you know, how have you felt like going forward, or do you feel like you're on track, or do you feel like there's always room for improvement? Or,
oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right now, man, God's blessing us right now. This past 2 weeks, and it's like we just hit a year mark of me coming back to the business, and everything is just, I feel like everything's just aligning. Like from the energy in the shop, when you go into the shop, the team that we got right now, everything that we going through, everything is flowing right now, and it's aligning.
Yeah.
You know, and we're on a good track because I'm back motivated. You know, I got a team that's behind me, that's pushing me, not dragging me down this time. Like these guys are young, but they're hungry.
Yeah.
You
now,
know?
Mike. Now, you're gonna have to expound on that because the people want to know. You know, when you say new team, you had to get rid of some people.
Some people left. Some people left.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was a crazy deal because I sold majority of my portion of the university shop, and then I get a text message on Easter night that they're leaving the business, and I'm like, how you leaving a business that you own?
Yeah.
You know, so and to this day now, it was never a sit down of like, hey, how you going to properly leave the business?
Yeah.
You know, it was a text message, and then it was a text message from the other barbers that said that they was leaving too. You know, it was never a face to face or whatever. And I, you know, you have to understand, like, when these people wasn't with you to build the brand, you can't expect them to see the vision, you know, from the get-go, because the people that was with us from the beginning are still with us to this day.
Now, Mike, I'm going to get you to say that one more time so they can hear that. When they wasn't on ground level zero, now say it again so they'll hear it.
The people that ain't help you build the brand don't really see the vision, right?
Yes,
they just here to ride the wave until the food gone. They eat off your plate until there ain't nothing else to eat.
Yeah. But, you know, I'm going to say this, man. When you've been doing it a long time, you know.
You take it on the chin and you keep running.
Man, you keep it pushing.
You haven't seen me.
I'm like a Duracell battery.
You ain't see me complain. You ain't see me go back and forth. I just did what I did, put out my book, set a 6 month goal. Hey, 6 months we're gonna do this. We knocked that out in 3 months.
Yeah.
I had a year ago. We knocked that out in 6 months.
Yeah.
When you control what you can control, all the other stuff is just outside noise.
Yeah, and that's usually what it is, outside noise. Yeah. Basically, just kind of like, man, I got to deal with it and keep on, because ain't nobody gonna understand my position.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody understands your position.
Yeah.
Nobody did.
Nobody did. Yeah. And so, like, when we bounced back, like, I was up 6 a.m. the next morning, went to the shop, cleaned the whole shop before anybody got there. That shop was filthy.
Yeah.
I cleaned the whole shop before anybody got there. You know, I started seeing, okay, well, let me reevaluate what's going wrong. What went wrong? You know, I gave some people a 2-week notice, but after that first week, I said, hey, man, I don't even need you for the next week.
Yeah.
It was that bad.
Yeah. Oh,
you know,
wow.
I said, you know what, I don't even need y'all for the next week. Go ahead, turn your keys in.
Yeah.
I appreciate your time, y'all being here, but you got a spot. Your spot up the street.
Yeah.
You know, go ahead and do that. Let me focus on the people that believe in the brand, staying with the business, and these are people that I need to invest in.
I understand what you're saying, Mike. I totally understand what you're saying, man. And because me personally,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we go through our own juggernauts. You know, I
Yeah.
call it juggernauts. You know, different experiences. Just dealing with people, and then you dealing with, and a lot of times, Mike, I'm gonna say this because I know you're a God man. I know you believe in God. I know you're a spiritual man. A lot of people that we tend to, man, really don't go no church, bro.
Mm-hmm.
These people don't. Some of them might.
Yeah.
They might mention God, but they don't mean they really
Go to church
into,
Yeah.
you know, believing in God
And-
like that. You know what I'm saying? But I've always every time we've sat down, every time we've talked, I've heard you mention God.
Yeah.
I heard you mention the spirituality of what you believe.
Yeah.
And plus I know you believe it because you're married, you have kids, you
Yeah.
know, you believe in family. And those are structures that God put in the word of God. So I know that. But most of the people that work for you, you be like, man, why you did that?
Yeah. And it's like everybody that, like the people that you're around and the people that believe in God and pray over you, like you feel that energy. And then the ones that don't, you feel that energy too.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
yeah, you're so right.
and you know, you hit a rough patch where you go through everything and you sometimes you're so busy and you're so focused on this or you're so focused on the business and this and that you're not leading with God.
Yeah.
And then he strips it from you to show you like, hey,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, you're
and
right.
once you get back to leading with God and everything starts where we at now. As everything starts to blossom, and as I say, you plant that seed.
Yeah.
I planted that seed a year ago, and we've been praying, going to church. You know, we've been getting back close to God, and my daughters, my kids. You know, and I think that was the real wake up call, was when we had to hit this rough patch. But it was a crazy story because Mikado Henson he married me and my wife. I don't know if you remember Mikado. He was the chaplain, the chaplain at A&M, and I was like, man, I want to get baptized.
Yeah.
And this was like, this was in 2024. I said, hey, I want to get baptized, and just the schedule wasn't lining up. It was never lining up, right? And then I had to go through all this stuff, and I think November was like my last straw with my business partner, and then I had from November to April, like I had to go through all the bullshit.
Yeah.
I had to go through all the bullshit. And then I said, you know what? I signed up in May. I think it was May 16th. I told my wife it was 10 o'clock at night. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to wait. I think I'm going to sign up for baptism Sunday. And this was like 10 o'clock at night. And I said, you know what? And she was like, it's too late. You can't sign up. I said, I'm going to sign up. And if our name's on the list in the morning, then I'm going to get baptized.
Yeah.
And I signed up that night, went that morning, and my name was on the list.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
And I got baptized, but I feel like I had to go through everything that I had to go through, and it just wasn't God's timing on that, because he removed everybody that wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And because even the sermon that that when I got baptized was talking about corner carriers. And my daughter, Mila, you know, she's young, right?
Mm-hmm.
She writes on this paper and she said, Dad, you got a lot of friends, but you don't got a lot of corner carriers.
Your daughter said that?
My daughter said that.
Ooh, man, how did that make you feel?
Man, I teared up.
Yeah,
because it's just
man, how
like,
could she see that?
Yeah. And that's when I got baptized, right?
Yeah.
And then so we go through the whole year, and then we hit our 10-year anniversary, right? We were booked out 120%.
Wow.
We was booked out 120% at the barbershop, right? We go to church the next day, and guess what sermon it was about? The same exact one that when I got baptized, it was different preacher, different version, but the same story.
Same message.
Same message.
Wow, man. Man, that, you know, that's man, at the end of the day though, Mike, man, that's good stuff. Just to hear that, man, with what your daughter said, man.
Yeah, she wrote it on the book.
Yeah, I don't know how I would have been able to handle that. I'd have felt like, you know, Lord.
Yeah, and that's
you know, because she's young, so you don't expect her to say things like that. But you know, God works on kids too.
Yeah, and Mila, like, if everybody knows Mila, but like, you know, she don't have no filter. She gonna say what she gonna say, you know. And so for her to say it, it was like,
who she get that from? You ain't got to answer. You ain't got to answer.
yeah,
But that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. No, being able to be boisterous, but it's in a good way though.
yeah.
Because if she can tell you that, man, that lets you know that God is in her life, that
Yeah.
God shows her things.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't allow their kids to even experience stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, some people would be like, Shh, I done seen my people, man, they hit you in your mouth. Boy, be quiet. You don't know what you're talking about. You ain't no preacher.
Yeah.
You know, but that's old school way,
Yeah.
you know. But that the good thing is, man, that that y'all are allowing her to be herself.
Mm-hmm.
And in being herself, man, she's able to, to commune with God. She's able to express herself,
Yeah.
even in the spiritual side of it. And a lot of people, man, I realize in this day and time, bro, if you ain't got God, it ain't going to work.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you can make all the money. You can have all the friends. You can have all the stuff, but at the end of the day, man, we all belong to God.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're not doing it in a sense for Him,
What
are we doing it for?
Yeah, and it's to say like even with the men's group that we go to, it's like if and they try to get us, they always tell us, invite somebody.
Yeah.
And even if you invite that one person, they come one time, like you're doing God's work.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some of the guys that I take, like you can see that change. Brother Victor came to the shop like 2 weeks ago, and he brought me he brought me a like a Bible study, like a packet so I can give to the barbers. He was like, man, I want, like, God brought this on my heart because He sees you like as a leader, right?
Yeah.
And you're a disciple, and I just want to give this, and whatever you do with it is what you do with it. And I ended up giving it to 2 barbers in the barbershop.
Yeah.
And they was like, man, I appreciate that. This I've kind of been stuck.
Yeah.
I kind of been trying to figure out what's next for me.
And
This,
you
this,
didn't
and
even
that.
know they was like that.
And they wouldn't. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
It wasn't my heart to give it to them because somebody gave it to me, And when he came over, he prayed over the shop, and it's like, knew it was, when I went to work the next week. Oh, you get everybody, they dab each other up. The energy was good. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, you could feel it.
Yeah, that's good. Man, how did you feel, or how did you know that the people that was once with you wasn't for you? Like,
Oh man,
did you see certain things? What did it lead up to?
You hear remarks. You hear like, like
The little sly stuff.
yeah, and then you win. Like when you have a win or something like that, you can feel the energy.
Yeah.
Or it's like, hey man, why you ain't throw your trash away? Are you dripping? Or you when you're trying to correct stuff that's like, I shouldn't have to tell you to do this little things.
Yeah.
Like that's your business. This is you supposed to be a business inside of the business that we created the platform for you guys. And when I tell you messing it up and you pop off like, I'm tripping. Like, you supposed to be my boy. You supposed to hold it down. Like, if you say you're my boy, why you not holding it down?
Yeah. I always learned, Mike, that there ain't no friends in business.
Nah, it's not.
You
say they
try
can't do a
to
family.
build that.
Yeah.
You try to build that rapport.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always, like you said, but you said this yourself, man, if they wasn't with you from the business, from the ground up, they ain't going to understand it.
Yeah.
And they ain't going to like it because it's cool when you getting on them, the ones that is messing up. But when it come to them, that they supposed to be your favorite or your boy,
Yeah.
you can't correct me.
Yep.
No. I ain't built like that. I'm like Mike. Hey, you got to go.
Yeah.
I appreciate all these little giggles and all these things y'all do, but at the end of the day, turn in your key, get all your belongings.
Yep.
I don't need you coming back. But that comes with the territory.
Yeah.
Just like you hire, sometimes you got to fire.
Yep.
And I have a motto, Mike. I say I let people fire themselves. I just put the rules.
Apply
in.
pressure.
Yeah, I just
apply
put the
pressure.
rules in
Hey,
place.
is
You
gonna
don't
sink
follow the
or
rule,
you
you
gonna
got to
swim?
go.
If I apply pressure on some people that like that mean they maximum potential or they ain't helping out or this and that, and they say, oh man, Mike always tripping. Like, so I always say it's the sink or swim mentality. Either you're gonna get with it or you're gonna get lost. You're gonna do me a favor. I don't really have to fire you. You're gonna leave by yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
That's true. I live by that same motto.
Mm-hmm.
Now don't get me wrong. I love taking people's money. It feels great. It's awesome. It's loving, it's caring, it's kind. But at the end of the day, man, you have a reputation.
Yeah.
You know, and you want to live by that because you owe that not only to the barber, but you owe that to the people that walk in to your establishment.
Yeah.
You owe that to them. And that's the key factor that we always, as owners, we always have to look at that.
I think Buzz Williams had told me that one time. He was like, if you stop this today, you don't. It's not the people. It's not. You're not letting yourself down. You're not only letting the person that works for you and their family down, but the community that believes in you, the people that they come here and they know that they're gonna get a good service. Those are the people that you letting down, that you don't see. Yeah. And I was like, man, you're right.
Man, that's true, man. That's true. I've seen you post a couple of times when he was here. I think y'all were talking while you was cutting his hair or something like that. Which a lot of knowledge comes through that, man. Even though he was a basketball coach, but still, man, it ain't like he don't know.
Yeah.
No, he can help. I'm open, man. Like, I'm a lot of people try to read me because I always look mean. Don't say nothing to him, man. He mean.
That's the same thing, Shit, we just got this resting bitch face there.
It's like, man, you just really don't know. I'm really mad because I'm tired. That's why I'm mad. I'm tired. But they look at me, man. Why you? But I get it a lot, man. But it's not to be mean to anybody out there, but it's just that's I can't help how I look and how I hold my face sometimes.
Yeah,
man, because I really do be.
Even when I'm concentrated, like I'm locked in, it just make it look like you.
Yeah.
I was like, let me fix my forehead or something.
Got people walking around saying, "Hey man, what's wrong with him? You did something to him?"
Might get in the mood today.
He ain't feeling it today, y'all, because he mad.
yeah.
But give or take, it's a lot to build on, for us our character, for us our spiritual beings, us being spiritual beings, us having that platform, to enlighten, to encourage, and instruct just as well as what you're doing with your young barbers now, man. Yeah. Is there anything that you plan on working on to like in the barber game in this area or anywhere else that you plan on building or outsource?
So we're teaching the system, right? And we're teaching the system of you having to understand how to have the business working for you instead of you working for the business. And I always say it starts in your chair, because not everybody wants to have something like this, right?
Yeah.
They just want to live a life that they're reaping the benefits from their own labor. Like, some people might want to do education. Some people might want to do a product. Some people might want to, just go here and travel.
Yeah.
So how can you create an avenue to where you have this business working for you, and then so you can do those things that you want to do in life? Because from cutting hair, I'm able to do everything that you guys see me do from cutting hair. And I just had to figure it out. Every time that I want to do something different, okay, it's not going to happen like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But change is hard, and it's going to be like right now, like I'm trying to do business education, and ain't nobody messing with it because we preaching commission, and a lot of people say, oh, well, commission this and commission that. They got the bad stigma of it, but at the same time too, we continue to grow our business and from year to year because of the system that we created. So I'm just trying to teach people how to have the business working for them instead of them working for the business.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part right now, is instilling that into people that that or have the old mindset, or are afraid of change, or don't want to change.
Yeah. It's. I always tell people this, man. If it's for you, you'll do it to where it'll work for you. Because you can do that with anything. Yeah. But some people just don't want it.
Don't want it. Yeah.
And I see that a lot, man. Just with my experience and me being right here where I am. A lot of people, they don't have a hustle. They don't have a drive. They don't have a plan.
Yeah, don't have a plan.
They don't have no plan.
That's the main. They don't have a plan, and they don't understand the budget.
Yeah, and that's a sad thing, man, because you have the potential to increase your revenue, to increase your income, but at the same time, you have no drive, no hustle. So how do you increase it when you don't have to drive?
We know how to drive. And so, like, right now that it's the summertime, we meet every Monday. And every Monday, like, I brought a financial advisor come in to talk to the staff, somebody that does insurance. You know, I got another one of my friends. He does mortgage.
Yeah.
He does the lending, and he's gonna come talk to the staff about like where you need to be at to buy a house, because a lot of these guys are not even taught.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of these guys are not even investing into their future because they was never taught.
Yeah.
You know, like if I would learn, if I started investing when I first started InStyle Barbershop, right, I probably wouldn't have to be working as hard.
Yeah.
But since I didn't do that until like 4 or 5 years ago, then I'm 10 years behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but I'm still young enough to where I'll be good in the future.
Yeah.
But if I can get these boys that's 19 years old, 20, I got like
To tap in?
19 to 24 in the shop right now. If I can get them to lock in and invest in themselves and invest in their future,
Yeah.
they'll be in a good position when they want to not cut hair no more.
So do you feel like some of them, not your guys, but some guys that may have been in the school or you know, may have left already, but do you feel like it's a struggle for them to change at times because of their mindset and because of their race? Do you think that plays a factor? Or?
Yeah, I had posted this. I had shared this post yesterday, and it said, "Show me who your friends are. I'll show you who you'll be in the future."
Yeah, that's
it was something like that, right? Because like it goes back to we wasn't taught this, right?
Yeah.
And if you say or you hear people always say that saying break the cycle or be the well, how you gonna break the cycle if you still staying in it?
Yeah, it's hard to break it, ain't it?
Yeah,
man. Yeah, I'm you know, I like brownies, man. So but I can't eat none right now. You know, unless they ain't got no sugar in it. Y'all following me? So at the end of the day, man, don't eat no brownies without sugar because they nasty. Never mind. Anyway, moving right along. I have also seen, even in this day and time, Mike, with the rate of crime and how things are going, because you know people ain't really just got money or even do you ever think about that with being a business owner? Do you think about like not to say the crime part of it, but just it comes with it.
Yeah.
But just with people acting out the way they're acting.
Yeah.
And then you got young people that are killing young people, bro.
I see that like, with social media like now it's everywhere, so that's all you see. And then when you start to click on one post and somebody fighting, then all you see your thing is scrolling is everybody fighting, like fights. So you see that a lot, and like it sucks because I got kids.
Yeah.
You know, and our kids is coming up, and some of these like. You see some parents, like this graduation, I know you've seen on them social media, those parents fighting their kids' graduations.
Yeah, that's sad, man.
Yeah.
That's
so
sad.
I'm like, dang, like, is this the future that I'm raising my kids up in? Like, you know, it's tough. So, like I say, you pour into your kids right now, and that's what we do is pour into our kids and get close to God.
Yeah. Well, right now, y'all, I'm talking with Mike Espitia, the owner, CEO, the main man in the Bryan College Station area of Gold Star Barbershop. We're gonna step aside, take a little break, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna get into the nitty gritty. Y'all stay tuned.
Brand new podcast, chopping it up. You can get you some game or you can get you a cut. We speaking all kind of topics from rich to poor. All negative vibes, get your ass out the door. We connecting with the people trying to get them some knowledge. Whether working 9 to 5 or trying to get into college. We talking business, religion, race, cops, sports, celebrity, health, ops, everyday life shit. We go through it too. Gotta have them new J's shit. We blow money too. Who you vote for? Who your favorite sports team? Who you signing to? What's your deepest sports dream? AC the barber, he the man with the plan. Best cuts in the city, he the man, understand? AC the barber, he the man with the plan. Best cuts in the city, he the man, understand? And we be chopping it up. Word around town, we be chopping it up. AC the barber, he be chopping it up. Chopping it up. Chopping it up.